Thank you. That's most kind of you. And a very, very warm welcome indeed to everybody. We were a little bit startled to discover that this is our 21st Review of the Year programme, so we have really a very special anniversary on our hands tonight for our annual event, which started way back in 1954. And that was the year, which you'll remember, that Drobny won Wimbledon, Rocky Marciano was the world heavyweight champion, a year in which West Brom won the Cup and Wolves the League Championship, and Roger Bannister ran that famous first 4-minute mile. Well, 20 years later, their successors are still doing us the honour of filling our television theatre to share with us the best sporting moments they've provided over the past year. And later on, and from their ranks, I must say we seem to have packed in even more people than ever this year. We'll step the person you've chosen to receive our trophy for the Outstanding Sports Personality of the Year, to join that famous assembly which started with Chris Chataway back in 1954. Now, we're going to start where actually the sporting year started, at the Commonwealth Games in New Zealand. Now, in the record books, it says that the countries in these islands won 35 gold medals. And incidentally, please don't expect to see them all, will you? Otherwise, we'll be here till midnight. But this time, there was more to the Commonwealth Games than just that. At the time, the fuel crisis and the three-day week were upon us, and in our millions, we switched on the television to find a real tonic coming from the other side of the world. Those blue, sunny New Zealand skies undoubtedly had a lot to do with it. But over the satellite as well came all the warmth of a good-humoured family party. The principal guests were soon showing their paces. Brendan Foster and Ben Jipcho in the 5,000 metres.
200 metres to go. England versus Kenya. And Jipcho moving out to the shoulder of Foster, preparing to come off the bend as Foster battles on again. Foster looks to see who it is, and it's Jipcho right there. And Foster kicks again, and Jipcho spurts off the bend and takes him down the straight. Jipcho coming, they've got about 50 metres left, and Foster's coming back. The lap runner may be in the way, but Jipcho's getting it. There was no way through for Foster, but he couldn't have won it anyway. Jipcho takes his second gold. For Foster, the silver, and for this man, David Black, the bronze.
Alan Pascoe, whose hurdling was to warm our hearts all year. While the best days of Brendan Foster lay ahead, Pascoe hit New Zealand in top gear.
400 metres hurdles final underway, 10 barriers, each 3 feet, and Hartley's gone off fast, and so too as Kamayo in lane 7, who's closing right up on Alan Pascoe. Bruce Field of Australia running well in lane 6-2. And it's Field Australia, Kamayo, and the other Kenyan Kosgei is going well, and Hartley's gone off tremendously fast in lane 3. It's Hartley, England down the back straight. Pascoe beginning to stretch now as they go to the bend. Pascoe beginning to come away from Kamayo. Right up there is Bruce Field of Australia. Kosgei is going well, so too is Hartley. The medal positions appear to be between these four. It's Pascoe of England on the outside. Hartley beginning to fade. Also there, Kamayo of Kenya. They're together, those two, and Bruce Field of Australia and Kosgei of Kenya. It's Field Australia, Pascoe of England on the near side. And Pascoe the strongest. Pascoe with 1 to go, coming away. Pascoe leads over the last. And Pascoe is going to win the gold. Pascoe comes home 3 yards, 4 yards clear. 48.8. The second fastest ever by an Englishman. Only David Henry has run faster. And Pascoe celebrates as the crowd rises.
They rose too during 1974 to shot-putter Jeff Capes, who joined the world's best. He won a Commonwealth gold medal in his first effort and went on to show world-class form. The British record fell to him, and he became the first Briton to break 70 feet. We said goodbye to Mary Peters. As First Lady of British Athletics, she's worn the mantle of Mary Rand and Lillian Board before her with real style. And right to the end, she gave her everything.
And she launches another one with a big roar, and the crowd have already got to love her.
A Commonwealth gold medal in the pentathlon to keep company the gold she won in the Munich Olympic Games. We'll miss her smile as well. Another great effort produced another smile from Judy Vernon. She wasn't supposed to win the sprint hurdles, but perhaps nobody had told her.
Away they go, first time. Oshikoya is going to pressure them as well. As Oshikoya is going well, so is Judy Vernon in the middle, and the Australian girl, Dale, beginning to come, but it's Oshikoya from Vernon. Vernon coming back again, and Vernon's going to get it. A marvellous run from Judy Vernon. Beat the favourite, has a marvellous 13.4 to her credit. She never gave up under pressure.
Tremendous applause for Her Majesty the Queen, who only arrived in Christchurch yesterday, and presenting the medals for the 100 metres hurdles for women's final. The gold goes to Judy Vernon of England and Mitcham Athletic Club.
Meanwhile, Princess Anne and her new husband risked life and limb in the weightlifting hall.
Under his shoulders, rest there. Now he's going to power the bar above his head. And it's there, it's up. Oh, and he's still tottering. Is he going to hold it? May desperately trying to hold this. He's going to the end of it, and it's gone. May dropped it straight off the platform.
But apart from a hole in the floor, all was well, and May met the princess and got his gold medal. In the boxing hall, there were 3 English gold medals and 1 for Northern Ireland. Here's Billy Knight on the way to his.
And Ferris of Northern Ireland flat on his back, 3rd round, and he might not make this. He looks absolutely out. Is he going to make it? Well, that's remarkable. He's got up and they're going on. So Knight now looking for a win here in the semi-final, punching with tremendous power. Second time Ferris has been on the floor, and this looks to me very much as though it will be enough in the 3rd round. Well, that win in the semi-final meant, in fact, a gold medal for Knight. His New Zealand opponent withdrew from the final.
In the pool, British swimmers won 6 gold medals. Over the 200 metres breaststroke, an Englishman and a Scotsman fought out a rivalry that was to go on all year. David Lee and David Wilkie.
And now there's a big battle going on between these two. The Scotsman on the far side, the Englishman on this side. David Wilkie, the world champion, is just slightly ahead, but only slightly. David Lee, the 17-year-old boy from Sheffield, is going with him stroke for stroke, but now Wilkie is slightly straightening his stroke. It's going to be very, very close. Wilkie on the far side, just ahead. It's going to be a fingertip touch. Wilkie now stroking for that line. Is Wilkie going to get there? And he does, just.
David Wilkie won that one, but Lee beat Wilkie to take the 100 metres gold medal. But tit for tat, later in the year, Wilkie became a world record holder over the 200 metres individual medley. Brian Brinkley, a gold and 2 silvers, Christine Gaskell, a gold, all came home happy. So too did Pat Bevan of Wales. Her event, the 200 metres breaststroke.
It's about 25 metres to go, and Beverly Whitfield is now increasing her pace. This is going to be a scorching last 25 metres, and Beverly Whitfield is still coming. Pat Bevan is still there, though. She's holding her off. She had a look, and Pat Bevan now is still coming. Coming up on the near side with Aston Smith, but Pat Bevan is still fighting hard to hold off Beverly Whitfield. This is going to be a sensational finish. Pat Bevan of Wales is going to hold off the Olympic champion. She's got 5 minutes to go. It's going to be a gold medal for Wales, and it is a superb swim by Patricia Bevan.
Pat Bevan, like the other winners, knows the joy of success after months of hard work and sacrifice. Ian Thompson has never known anything else. In 1974, he went on winning marathons in that incredible way of his to keep his 100% record intact. Not for him the staggering leaden-footed finish that this event inflicts on many men. In Christchurch, it seems so little trouble to him.
So Ian Thompson retains the marathon title for England, and no wonder he salutes. The time, 2 hours, 9 minutes, 12 seconds. The second fastest marathon in history.
And then there was Filbert Bailly. How many, I wonder, of the millions who watched the 1,500 metres had ever heard of him before? We know him now. He led from start to finish like no man before.
200 metres left in this devastating race. It's Bailly first for Tanzania. Chipcho closing with every stride and chasing his 3rd goal. And the untapped talent of Walker now coming through with Dixon. The Black Shadows together. Chipcho is beaten, and will they get Bailly? 80 metres left. And it's Walker chasing Bailly, but Bailly won't be caught. Bailly's got to win it, and it looks as if it's very close to the world record. Bailly wins, Walker next, Chipcho next, Dixon next, and the world record has been taken apart.
And hadn't the party been a success? It showed in their faces when they all came to say goodbye. Countries, creed, nationality, race, didn't matter. And hadn't they warmed our bleak winter? Well, they certainly did warm our winter, and we're delighted to have so many of our medal winners with us tonight from many Commonwealth sports: athletics, boxing, bowls, badminton. Gillian Gilks behind me here, who won this year 6 badminton gold medals at Commonwealth and European level. We have Alan Pascoe over here. Alan, seeing that race again, presumably you never saw anybody from start to finish, did you?
No, not at all. No, the only time I saw anybody really was when I was on my back.
Yeah. That was a bit alarming. I mean, you know, the thing of going into the front and not seeing anybody, being in the outside lane. Is that good? You like that?
Well, there are 8 lanes. There's a fair chance that you're going to get either the inside or the outside, which we would prefer not to have, really. But it's a case of making the best of what you've got and going out, taking the race and judging your own race from that point.
I've never seen a man quite so pleased with success. You were absolutely delighted afterwards, weren't you?
It appears so, yes. I can't remember very much.
As I recall, you tried to celebrate in rather an odd way. I mean, you wanted to jump everything in sight. Do you remember that?
Well, David Henry once told me that the real training session to complete was 12 hurdles, and I'm afraid I failed miserably.
Do you mind if we show them the extension of your training session?
You'd be in trouble if I said no now, wouldn't you?
Yes, you would. Well, here we go.
Be my guest.
Alan, now 26, a member of the Polytechnic Club, switched off. And the celebration went slightly wrong, but he won't mind at all about that. And he smashed the hurdle, and he still can't do it. Poor Alan is a lot more tired than he thought.
You were done, weren't you, after that second one?
I was done before that, I think. I've certainly been done tonight.
Alan, thank you very much. Of course, there's more to come. We'll be seeing you later on. Ian Thompson here. Hello, how are you?
How do you do?
When are you going to stop winning marathons?
I don't know. I suppose when I get too old for them.
Yeah. Can I ask you about coming into the stadium? You look so fresh, and I notice you're always looking around. You take a great delight. It must be marvellous. Is it just journey's end and relief and all that?
I think relief is a big part of the feeling as you come into the stadium. It's a great feeling, obviously, when you've covered that distance.
And what's marathon number 5 that you're planning?
Probably not till December next year, in Japan.
Lovely. More of you to come. Brendan Foster, good evening. How are you? He's lovely this one, isn't he? You had a marvellous year, haven't you?
Yeah, not bad, you know.
I'm sorry we had to start with you losing, but it's such a rare occurrence, as we've just seen, that we thought we had to pop that one in.
Yeah, well, I do win occasionally as well.
Can I ask you about what's going up in Gateshead? You're involved very much with young people and athletics and so on up there. What's happening?
Well, we've got a brand new tartan track, which is probably one of the best in the world, and the opening day was the day I broke the world record there. We're getting it used, we're getting the kids in using it, and things are going very well up there.
They're smashing people up there, aren't they?
Great people up there, yeah.
Lovely. We'll be seeing you later on. Well, there we are. Undoubtedly, the Commonwealth Games were a real peak in the year, at the beginning, actually, of the sporting year, and so too with the European Athletics Championships in September. As I've been saying here, we'll be seeing those later on. Now, between the two was the World Cup, which Scotland will remember as the one which they qualified for and England didn't, so it really was a Scottish year. Celtic again did the double, winning the championship for the 9th successive year. But for those north of the border, you know, victory over England is always the sweetest.
Favourite left foot. And he set it up for Bugner. And Shelton had to be so quick. Jordan! Yes! 1-0 to Scotland. Johnston. Played to Lorimer. Field for hands. It's right through!
That victory over the old enemy seemed the ideal backcloth for Scotland's World Cup hopes. So the excitement came in the League Championship. Leeds went 29 games unbeaten, then Liverpool closed the gap. But in 1974, you couldn't keep Billy Bremner down.
It's Bremner! That's it!
So Leeds were champions, but Liverpool got their consolation in the FA Cup. The final against Newcastle produced a one-sided second half.
Shanks his army, this Liverpool side, swarming forward now. Hall. Keegan! Goals pay the rent. Flick by Trossek to Highway. Could this be 2? Yes! Paul to Smith. Highway, Liverpool showing the party pieces. He wasn't offside. Smith. Yes! Keegan 2. Highway 1. Liverpool 3, Newcastle none.
So the cup went to Anfield and to New England captain Emlyn Hughes. And what an emotional climax to the Liverpool career of Bill Shankly, who retired at the end of the season. In 15 years as manager, Shankly's record was 3 championships, 3 FA Cup finals and 2 European finals. But the manager of the year was Jack Charlton, who took Middlesbrough to the Second Division Championship by a record 15 points. Meanwhile, Jack's old boss at Leeds, Don Revie, was stepping into the England job after the sacking of Sir Alf Ramsey. Revie's first match was in the European Championship against Czechoslovakia.
Thomas again with the cross. Here's Shannon getting out! To Bell. Bell, he was pulled a bit. Here's Shannon, they're queuing at the far post. Bell!
A fine start for Revie, but 3 weeks later he was to know how Ramsey often felt as England laboured to a draw against Portugal. Perhaps still in 1974, our international football is only as good as our club football allows it to be.
Not the greatest year internationally for England, and I have to admit as an Englishman, a better one for Scotland. And to celebrate that tonight, we have 2 Scotsmen who've retired from the scene in football this season. I don't think anybody will need to know who they are. Denis and Bill Shankly. Denis, it's said about you that if you blink when you're watching, you may score a goal while your eyes are closed. What are you doing with those reflexes now?
Well, Jimmy, with having 5 children, I think I need all the reflexes I can get.
How are you spending your time?
Well, of course, I find it, after retiring, I thought it would be quite easy, but I'm really involved 6 days a week now, and I can assure you that it's much harder than playing football.
Involved in what?
Well, I can't really say on the television, can I? But I am in. but if you insist...
Please?
Yes, I'm going to with a friend of mine who manufactures carpets.
Oh, and we won't give the name of the carpet,
no,
but I'm sure there'll be a lot of Scotsmen like to buy their carpets off Denis Law, and I hope there are.
I hope so.
Yeah, and good luck with selling your carpets. I'm sure we all wish that.
Thanks very much, Jim.
May we, just as a tribute to all those goals you scored in a flash, look at one of them against Crystal Palace. Enjoy it.
If you insist.
Denis Law running beautifully. Denis Law there, and the ball is still there. It's free. Denis Law, and he's scored. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And an older son of Scotland, Bill Shankly, a fabulous year for you, but one in which you went out of the game. What are you doing with your time?
Well, I'm so busy, Jimmy, I don't know how I had time to go to work.
Explain that.
Well, I've so many invitations to go to all sorts of functions that it's just not true.
You're still very much in football?
Oh, yes. Well, I see all the games at Anfield, and I've been to Goodison in actual fact.
Is it any different watching Liverpool? Do you get different sensations and feelings this season from last season?
Yes, you do. Yeah, I know all the players. In fact, I signed most of them. But yeah, you do. You're involved, but not so deeply. No.
What about the Championship? You can sleep at night?
Yeah.
No one would imagine you ever didn't. But what about the Championship? Can we have a brief tip? Apart from Liverpool, of course.
There's about 9, 10 teams could win the Championship. You could throw them into the hat and pull them out. Yeah, it's who's somebody will win 3 matches in succession, and they'll win it. The one that does that.
That was a very clear answer, wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, never mind the answer. Thank you both for all that you've done for football through the years. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 marvellous men. Denis Law.
Bill Shankly and Denis Law, just 2 of the many distinguished sporting personalities who've retired in 1974, and we shall be meeting some more of them a little later on. But now we turn to boxing, and what a good year it's been for Britain. At one time, we had 6 European champions, and among them, and with us tonight, is British and European welterweight champion John H. Stracey, European middleweight champion Kevin Finnegan, and European heavyweight champion Joe Bugner. But there isn't any doubt who Britain's man of the year in boxing has been. It's almost 25 years since we've been able to boast of having the world light heavyweight champion. But now we have John Conteh. John, you've been doing the social round a bit since you won that title, but you're back in training now, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been in training for 3 weeks, though.
What's your next fight going to be?
January the 21st at the Royal Albert Hall.
Mm-hmm. Who are you fighting?
I don't know yet. We haven't decided yet. You know.
Because you just come back from Germany, haven't you?
Maybe you.
You just come back from Germany, haven't you?
Yeah, I just come back from Frankfurt. I watched Bunny Sterling over there defeat one of my old opponents, Rüdiger Schmicker, last night. And I was training while I was over there for the last 4 days.
Have you any idea when you might be defending that world title?
Well, I hope to defend it in March. You know, I had 90 days to defend it from when they told me to defend it at the council, and that'll be probably in around about March, I hope.
Now, at the Albert Hall last week, I heard you do that marvellous impersonation of Muhammad Ali, and I just wondered, would you like to give us a little bit of it now so we can hear it?
No, not really.
Go on, give us just about 10 seconds of it.
Muhammad Ali. Who's he, by the way? Nah, I couldn't really do that, Harry.
No, really?
Nah.
Well, you'll have a chance to hear him in a few minutes anyway. Okay. I thought you might like to do it. You did it so well at the Albert Hall.
Well, he paid me.
We'll be talking to him in a few minutes. I was hoping we would be able to compare the two of you. But anyway, we'll be talking to him in a minute. All right, well, I think we'd like to remind ourselves, John, of your World Championship win. So why don't we begin our look at the outstanding moments of the year's boxing with the night of October 1st at the Empire Pool, Wembley. Conteh versus Jorge Ahumada of Argentina for the vacant World Light Heavyweight Championship. Ahumada came here with a reputation for durability, but the British champion faced it squarely. Conteh was determined to set a fast pace and challenged Ahumada to go with him. In these early rounds, Conteh built himself a useful lead with fast, sharp, aggressive fighting.
There's a tigerishness about Conteh written all over him that says, I want that world title and I'm going to get it.
Apart from a brief period in the middle of the fight, Conteh was always in charge. He was trained to perfection, and his mind never seemed to accept anything but the certainty of victory.
Ahumada has problems seeing, and Conteh sees the world title.
Towards the end of the 15 rounds, Conteh's strength was obvious, and Ahumada was clearly a beaten man. His durability had been drained by the incessant attacks and determination of Conteh. Ahumada's face was heavily marked. Wembley prepared itself for a huge celebration. Conteh was our first world light heavyweight champion since Freddie Mills. He was a national hero. And on that same night, Joe Bugner drew his share of applause with the best knockout of his career. The opponent, Jose Garcia of Venezuela, was a big puncher himself, but Bugner got in first in round 2.
Two, three, the last one was a left. Good punch. And he's not going to beat the count.
Bugner hasn't lost a fight in 18 months. Next year, he might well get a crack at Muhammad Ali, who provided not only the fight of this year, but of most other years as well, in the African state of Zaire. A football stadium in Kinshasa at 4 a.m., scene of perhaps the most amazing fight of all time. Ali, 32, thought to be past it. George Foreman, 25, champion of the world, thought to be unbeatable. But Ali went to work on Foreman from the moment they came together for this $10 million fight. It was just one big shock after another for George and the rest of us. For a start, Ali didn't backpedal as expected. He came out and hit Foreman hard. He ignored the champion's menacing power and invited him to see who could hit the harder.
And Ali is going to trade punches with him by the look of things, and that is a surprise for a start. We thought he'd done, but he looks as though he wants to slug it out.
The whole of his first round must have confused Foreman. All along, he'd been expecting to have to chase after Ali, but here was the man prepared to come at him, just the first of many surprises.
Ali